Yeah. Not say it, just say it.
After dark. Oh man.
All right, let's do a cold open, and then let's get into After Dark.
A freezing open.
Freezing open?
Yeah, you said cold open.
Oh my God, this is the best comment ever. Ben. This says, Ben, the long-suffering parent.
That's not even remotely true.
No,
You're the worst child on this show.
Those words.
So stupid.
All right.
Oh
Cold open. What do we care? By the way, Dada, I think we're overdriving audio ever so slightly. It's all right for now, but I think we generally only want to ever brush the red just like a little bit. So technically, we're not even supposed to brush the yellow, but when we do that, everyone complains that it's way too soft. So, yeah, something. Yeah, so like when I yell, we should never let it go into red. Anyhow.
Stop yelling.
Nah!
Thank you. Stop yelling.
I'm yelling!
I don't even know why we're yelling. All right, Michael,
Wow.
what was your favorite story?
Every time I tune it so that we don't hit red, people complain that they can't hear anything. So
I can't hear anything.
Yeah, we need to figure that out, because
I need to turn my earphones up so it's uncomfortable to me. So
Turn my headphones up.
as long as it's uncomfortable to you, I think everyone's happy.
What?
Your voice.
I can't
Just,
hear.
That's all I need.
Your
Turn my
voice
headphones
All right.
up.
Hologram, what was your favorite story?
X-37B lands after 2-year mission. But how to get that less wordy?
Aerodynamics.
Apparently, that was also somebody else's really favorite story because I got messaged about it during the show.
Really?
Yes.
All right, aerodynamics.
I just barely saw your note in the rundown, and I
Yeah.
posted the link of where I got
perfect.
those photos.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go on.
Test it with it
Rod?
right now. Aerodynamics, what's your favorite story?
Waves of lava on Io.
Waves of lava on Io. All right.
Yes.
I have
Should
an
I
interview with...
should I say X-37B or should I say mini shuttle?
Oh, mini shuttle. Mini shuttle sounds like, people don't know what X-30, that sounds too techie, but mini shuttle sounds like
Yeah.
neat.
That's cool.
Mini shuttle lands after 2-year mission.
Your own personal shuttle. An individual size shuttle.
I don't know.
It's got a 7-foot by 4-foot cargo bay, so I think even you could fit in there, Jared.
We could put
Because you're what, 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah, I could fit in it. Finally, something I fit in.
Lay down nice and just
We could put like 3.7 stoges in there.
3.7.
Something like that.
Citizen 95634 says the secret space plane. That sounds kind of cool too.
The secret space plane.
I like the secret space plane. Also,
All right.
Destructor 1701 was impressed with the tech because he wrote something. I immediately pushed it to air, and then I immediately asked the question. It happened back to back to back, and he's like, "Whoa, hey, that's pretty cool." We're working really hard to make sure that as you ask comments, they get on the screen and we ask them fairly quickly. Stoge is the, Mr. Mechabar. Stoge, the official unit of tomorrow. That's hilarious.
How many stoges is that?
That's about right. Actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Roughly.
So Space Mike, you are up. Then Aerodynamics. Then me. Then Capcom. And you'll give us a tomorrow begins right now thing.
Sure.
All right. Jazz hands.
Tomorrow
one.
begins at this moment in time.
Number one. Here we go. Take us away, Mike. You'll give us the intro.
Okay. Coming up, secret space plane lands after 2-year mission.
Waves of lava are seen on Io.
I have an interview with the fit rocket scientist.
All that and more on this episode of Tomorrow.
Right now!
Do we need more of a beat between Mike and Jared?
Yeah, I do.
Whoops.
All right, this is number two. Number two.
Coming up, a secret space plane lands after 2-year mission.
Waves of lava are seen on Io.
I have an interview with the fit rocket scientist.
And I learn about geotransfer orbits. All that and more coming up on this episode of Tomorrow.
On what transfer orbits?
Did I say geotransfer orbits?
You said Jew. I don't think that's
You
right.
said Geo. She said Geo.
I heard Geo.
Oh, Geo. Okay.
Yeah.
I heard
Geo.
Jew.
Wait,
I was
is
like,
it
wait,
not
wait, wait,
Geo?
what?
Transfer orbits?
Everyone heard
Geo.
Geo,
It is
right?
Geo.
It is geosynchronous transfer orbits.
Is it geosynchronous transfer
be
orbit?
fair-
It's
Yeah,
GTO.
Yeah,
To be
geosynchronous transfer orbit is
To be
GTO.
fair, it is often shortened to geotransfer
Right.
orbit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Jeez, I need a camera.
So funny.
Hey guys, I mean, yeah, get it if you can. I just need this
I'm
cute.
very scared
Okay,
right
yeah,
now.
we need to send that to Dada.
So good.
Dada, if I put that in Discord, can you add
She
it
has
into
like
the
her
room?
little eyebrows
Yeah.
up and everything.
All right. Let's see.
This is frightening.
Tiny little hands.
We'll drop that. Dada, I'll drop that in escape
Funny
velocity.
because I can see the opposite end where she's peeking up over the window.
Oh yeah, give her away.
There you
step.
go.
That would
There
be
you go. It's in
perfect.
escape velocity, Dada. Oh, this is great. This is great. Yeah.
That's creepier. And that was just a floating head. Oh my goodness. Melody! Hi!
You wave?
Oh man, we've got pug levels of laughter happening over here.
So this is what we were seeing for like half of the show.
As soon as
good.
Dada would start talking, that's what we see, and we're trying to keep a straight face. Hang on, I've got
I
more
wasn't
here.
even bothering with the straight
All right, let's see if that one. That's
Oh, it's
Ada.
adorable.
It is adorable, and we got that one.
Oh, really? I can hardly thank you enough for having another one that looks like me.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Just keep
Lord.
that up. That'd be
Oh, no.
fantastic.
Oh no.
So, all right. Do we want to do another open?
No, I think we got
No,
it.
we're good.
Okay. Oh my goodness gracious.
On that note, I do need to do a thing for Company X, so I actually need to step off. You have a little bit more time? All right, I'll give you my microphone. You guys just want to have a conversation?
And we
Sure,
can talk about
yeah.
what you're doing later on this afternoon.
All right, I'll do that. I need to take this.
Super secret
Probably
stuff.
need your earpiece too, Duda.
Well,
Not your earpiece, but like,
yeah.
because otherwise you won't be able to hear Mike.
Yeah, do you have those headphones somewhere? They take them back?
They're in the,
here- are
they're in
earbuds
the
all right?
newsroom.
All right, here. I'll give you.
Oh my goodness
Use this
gracious.
pack. It's
Down tank.
light years better than that pack.
Down
It doesn't have as much
tankers.
Static.
Down.
And then you're gonna need one of these. And you can just do this over.
Stand back, beast.
He heard his name from the chat room and now he's freaking out.
Apparently.
Oh, boy.
Goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, come on in,
Yeah.
Mini Dada.
Instructor 1701 was all just like, get Tanker Doodle and we can end Jared. And I think he was like, need it somewhere.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, what was I gonna...
Which was the left and which was the right?
Fun size shuttle. That's hilarious. Destructor 701. Did we miss Tank? I mean, not really.
No, Tankers hasn't been on yet.
Get the ankle biters on camera. We have a couple of those.
He's fine.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's so cute. If it wasn't for the bangs, I don't think she would look as much like me, really. What's up, Smelly Pants? Come on in.
Come here, Melly. Come here, Mini Dada. Come here. Come. Oh, it's not a dog. You can't really.
No, she doesn't really do
Instruct
that.
it
She
to
gets
do-
to do whatever she wants to do.
Yeah.
She's a human.
Okay, so Ben was like, "Oh, so what are you doing later on this afternoon?" You're like, "Oh, not really much, but I have ninja training."
Yeah.
Did you want to? Did you want
Do you want me
to?
to
Oh
explain
yeah,
that a little
talk
bit?
about
Yeah.
that.
Oh wait, your microphone's not on.
It's not on?
It's not.
Oh, hold on.
There it is now.
Oh, it is now.
It
okay,
is
never
now.
mind, just
Here
kidding.
now,
Oh, yep, yeah. Perfect.
All right.
So, yeah, what?
Ninja training. So, you may have heard of the show called American Ninja Warrior.
Yep.
Yep. So I recently competed on that.
Awesome.
We did
Congratulations.
filming. Thank you. Filming about 6 weeks ago.
'Kay.
It premieres on June 12th. So
Awesome.
tune into NBC. I think it's like 7 p.m.
Sure.
June 12th. So I go to a course in East LA, and
Nice.
it's in someone's backyard. He's got all the obstacles set up.
Wait. Just someone's backyard?
Yeah, someone's backyard. So think of
yeah.
just someone had a lot of fun at Home Depot.
And this is safe and legit.
It is safe and legit. You have to
Okay.
sign a waiver, though.
Of course you do.
Yes.
You got to sign a waiver. And so if you die, it's not their fault.
Right, right.
But he's a really cool guy, and there are just mattresses everywhere. So if you fall, instead of water like it's on the show,
Right.
you get to fall on a nice, soft mattress.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Are they
cool.
Tempur-Pedic mattresses?
You know, I don't think the budget allows for the Tempur-Pedic ones, so these are the springs.
Right, no, of course.
But it's good because then you can bounce back up, get on the
Right.
obstacles, and keep on going.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing. So you've already competed, though.
I've already competed.
And now you're going to. I feel like this is backwards. What am I missing?
Well, you train before you compete, and then
Okay.
you compete, and then you keep competing, and then you keep training. So it's not like, oh, I'm competing in 6 weeks, let's do it. It's like, all right, gearing up for further.
So without spoilers, I'm going to assume that that means maybe like you didn't get kicked off.
I courteously abstain from answering
Yep.
that
All right,
question.
cool, just checking.
I'm
to
not
figure.
allowed to disclose
I'm sure
any
you can't.
information.
I just figured I would poke
Yeah.
at that a little bit. Go on.
Well, I'm sure
Yeah,
you don't just get one shot at it. You can do it multiple times.
You get one shot a season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Cool.
they have the city qualifiers, and then if you make that, then there's the city finals, and then after that there's Vegas, and Vegas has a bunch of different stages.
Gotcha.
And it happens once a year.
Gotcha.
But they also have this new thing coming up. Right now they're in the second season of it, I think, is Team Ninja Warrior.
Oh,
so it's
yes.
separate. So then you
Heard
do
about
like
it.
relays, and you're head to head on somebody else. So there's these new constant competitions that are going on. So just
That's
because
cool.
American Ninja Warrior gets filmed once a year, there's also these little side competitions that also happen that aren't completely affiliated with NBC.
That's cool.
Which is neat. So there's always something ninja going on that you can go and train for and do.
Nice.
CJ in the chat room says, "Do you just sign a waiver just to be in East LA?" Not quite. It's
No,
not,
not really.
that bad.
No, well, they do joke around that it's in the ghetto, but it's not the worst part of East
Right,
LA.
right.
When I applied to the show, and then I got the call that said, "Hey, you're going to be on the show."
Awesome.
I'm like, okay, cool. I need to find more applicable training than what I'm doing right now.
Sure.
So I Googled and I found this place, and it said East LA. And what immediately popped in my mind is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys fans?
Yes.
Remember when Will takes little Ashley to the pawn shop, which is in East LA? He's
Yes.
like, I had to go all the way over to East LA. And then Vivian's like, East LA!
Right.
And I'm like, should I actually go to this place? Is it going to be safe?
East LA is not bad.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
That's funny.
But it's
I
good.
mean, I technically live in Southeast LA.
Yeah.
So,
Do you really?
Yeah.
Like, where's the border between your house and mine then? Is
What?
that like because I live in the OC?
You live in Orange County.
Yeah.
Yeah. Behind the
Nice.
orange curtain. So,
All right. Too close to the mouse, apparently. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So that's exciting. That's what you're doing later on this afternoon. And then are you? Is your family out here? You're originally from Wisconsin.
Originally from Green Bay, yeah. Well, actually, Kakana.
Yeah.
It
I was
sounds
wondering
Hawaiian.
how to pronounce
pronounce
that.
that sounds exotic.
It's
Right?
cool.
I'm from Kakana.
Yeah. And what's awesome is that my hometown produces their own cheese. And it's
Really?
like specialty cheese. So it's in the stores out here. You can go to Vons, Ralph's, and get them.
awesome.
They also have them in Virginia. So I was doing an internship at NASA Langley in Virginia, and we had a Christmas party.
And you were never too far away from home.
And
cheese.
someone's like, hey, I brought Hawaiian cheese for this Christmas party.
No.
And everyone's like, ooh, Hawaiian cheese. And it says, it's
no.
Kakana cheese. I'm like, actually,
That's amazing.
that's a small town just south of Green Bay in Wisconsin.
That's hilarious.
Like, they're like, how did you know that?
I'm like, that's where I'm from.
Well, especially when you're like,
It's my
no,
hometown.
it's
my
Kakana.
home.
It's obviously Hawaiian. Don't be
Yes.
silly.
But yeah, no. So from that little story, yeah, no one else is out here. It's just me. So everyone else is back in Wisconsin, mostly in Kakana, Green Bay, Appleton, and Milwaukee.
Oh, sure.
So I go back there quite often to see folks and bring people out here as well.
Nice.
But, yeah.
I was just thinking because tomorrow's Mother's Day.
Tomorrow is Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yes. So I will be Skyping with my mother.
Yeah, perfect.
Which is the best thing I can do right now. But I'm actually going to be home all summer.
Oh, fun.
So I will
Nice.
be working remotely. So I'll be there from June 2nd to like July 8th.
Nice.
I'm working remotely because every weekend I got to be there for family events. Actually. So-
Cool. So might as well just stay.
Yeah, and that's the part
Exactly.
of what Wisconsin I like the most
Yeah.
is the summer. Because to be honest, no one likes the Midwest from like October until May. It's just awful. There's snow, you have to shovel, there's ice, it's cold. I want to be in the world of perpetual sunshine,
Totes.
Yes.
which is what we're doing here, and I
don't
think
blame
we
you.
all love it. So, yeah.
You should come check out AZ. It's always sun.
AZ.
Always.
Yeah.
It's always sunny in
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Mike is in Arizona.
My sunny day is like when it's actually overcast. That's like, and like everyone in town is just like so happy and they're outside and they're just like, oh, isn't this great? Sun's not beating down on us and
Oh, we're not being cooked
cooking us to
alive.
death.
Is it because of the heat, or is it because it's so bright, or both? Like,
Both.
Yeah?
Both, yeah. And
Interesting.
it doesn't help that there is so much concrete everywhere. I mean, there's concrete in most cities, but just it absorbs all of the heat. So like you can go from being like in a park somewhere and it's already 120 degrees Fahrenheit and you're just sweating like crazy. And then you go onto the sidewalk or go to the street or something like that and it's just another 10 degrees hotter and you're just like, oh
Your
my,
shoes
oh
are
my God.
melting.
Like,
ugh.
yeah.
It just doesn't end
Heat
well.
stroke is very common. Yeah, heat stroke is very common.
So have you ever done that cooking egg on the sidewalk thing then?
Oh yeah, and I cook cookies in my car all the time.
Oh. Now, is that
Get some
intentional?
cookie dough and lay it out and everything in a cookie sheet and everything
are
with
you
that, and just
trolling
put
right
it
now? Do you
in your
seriously do
dash.
that?
No, I'm not trolling you. I'm not trolling you. In fact, I'll go down to there is a mall not far, and there's like a row that like people do this. I guess it's like a club or something. But yeah, it's kind of common to see people like
Arizona
cook
Car
stuff
Cooking
on their
Club.
dashboard. Yeah.
All right, I was just fishing there. I wasn't actually anticipating a story like that.
I was like, yeah, no, he doesn't do that. That would be ridiculous. Silly me.
Actual thing.
Yeah, make it a
You know, you're
space
in
pod.
Arizona when.
Ooh.
Oh,
Do a
yeah.
space pod out of it.
That's
A solar cooker, except you need a car to do it.
Not necessarily. Get yourself a cardboard box and some aluminum foil, and boom, you have a solar cooker.
Cooking with Space Mike.
wait. Isn't it like
Yeah.
the same
be a new
recipe
segment.
for trying to see a solar eclipse?
Wait,
Cardboard and aluminum foil. Well, you don't put it on your head. You put the foil on the box, and then you put the box on the ground.
Okay, just checking. So you get a cardboard box, poke one hole in it, then you just don't, it's fine. Okay, just double checking. Oh, goodness. That's hilarious. Sorry, I know that totally derailed absolutely everything.
hey.
Oh, Miss Melanie.
Oh yeah, it's terrible here in the mythical land of Arizona.
Oh, my goodness. That's so funny.
There's a couple of like hiking spots, South Mountain and Camelback Mountain, that are pretty high, but they're just short hikes. And
Yeah.
when you get to the top of these things and look out, you really get the sense of just like, this is kind of like the first steps of terraforming. Because this place is so uninhabitable. And yet we've created this massive city. I mean, it's the 5th largest city in the United States. And, it's just, I don't know, it gives me ideas for terraforming and cities on Mars and stuff like that.
Interesting.
It's just a small step, but it's just like here is proof of ways that we can manipulate our environments for the better.
Right.
The better.
Have you guys talked about the terraforming of Mars with the magnets on the show yet?
No, I don't
you
think
heard about
so.
this?
I haven't heard of this.
With the magnetic shields.
Yes.
Oh, the magnetic
Yeah.
shield. Yeah, I did hear about that. So
Yeah, it's my whole
Wait, you
My whole
just killed.
question
Yep,
was, they're
no, I've
talking
heard about that.
about-
Heard about it,
Go
okay.
ahead, Mike. You were
no,
saying,
go ahead,
I'm
Mike,
sorry.
for our viewers who may not know.
my whole thing with that. I guess to explain it. I guess the idea, and I'm not exactly sure how they would do this, but to have some sort of spacecraft that would be able to create a magnetic field, and then they would have it. I guess they were talking in Lagrange point between the sun and Mars, and shield Mars from all of the radiation coming from the sun, so that it could actually have a chance to develop an atmosphere. My whole thing, though, is. Like where the infographics that I've seen for this look like it's in the wrong spot where the magnetic shield would be, and I'm just like, oh, that looks like it's in a separate orbit, not in one of the Lagrange points, and that would just, Mars and this magnetic shield thing would get out of alignment really easily if the pictures that I've seen are accurate at all. I don't even know if they are or not. But even so, I think that Mars itself still needs some sort of artificial magnetic field, because it does have a magnetic field, and there's little pockets that do extend beyond the surface just a little bit, just these little domes of magnetic fields. But it still needs a global magnetic field in order to sustain an atmosphere anyway. So even with the shield idea, it might be able to work to protect it from radiation, but I still don't see how it would be able to retain an atmosphere over time.
Jared, ideas, thoughts?
On what?
I don't know. All of those things.
Retaining the atmosphere.
I actually liked Elon's idea of nuking Mars, but instead of nuking Mars, you move an asteroid or a comet into the path of Mars and have it collide.
Both.
And
Transfer the water.
Exactly, transfer the water, generates atmosphere, because if you're simply going to be doing the atmosphere by outgassing alone, just from what Mars makes, Mars doesn't really make a lot, so it makes a very small amount of atmosphere, and then it loses that atmosphere because of the lack of magnetic field.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm kind of in the collide something with Mars kind of team, I guess. That's where I would be.
Yeah.
So smash things together, it's fun. So
I mean,
That's how we got started, right?
yeah, basically, we destroyed things.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is cool. Can I get paid to destroy things? I can. So,
interesting. All right. St. Alex says that that the thought was that he thought it was going to be at L1, Lagrange point 1. If that helps at all, Mike. I don't know. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we haven't really talked a lot about it. Did you have something else that you wanted to add?
Oh, no,
on
we were
top
just
of
kind of
that?
talking about terraforming Mars,
Yeah.
so I figured I'd ask about it. But if we want to, we can just jump further up in the solar system and go
Sure.
to the place that has the best atmosphere.
Yeah.
Which is Titan?
Yeah.
Titan.
Titan's got the atmosphere
It's got the
already.
atmosphere.
So
It's got sand dunes, it's got lakes. I mean, they might
Nitrogen.
be methane, ethane,
yeah.
but
Well, then we could run cars. We
could.
had the fuels already there.
yeah.
Just have to maybe refine it a little bit.
And we got
So-
beachfront property, so I've
Yes,
already
we
staked
do.
out a claim.
So
So when we get there, I've already got my spot laid out.
Yeah.
So.
my favorite
Dibs.
my favorite fact about Titan is that you could actually manufacture wings to wear, and the atmosphere is thick enough that if you got a really good running start, you could actually take off into the atmosphere of Titan with these artificial wings.
Glide around,
So, which is
yeah.
pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and also somebody said that the gravity's so low on Titan that if you're a good enough swimmer, you could actually leap out of the water, or excuse me, the methane, ethane there. That's in those lakes, so that'd be pretty cool.
Very cool.
So yeah, Titan sounds like a really fun place to go.
It is marvelous out there.
yeah,
and now
it's
we
amazing.
see clouds. And
How's it smell?
In the composition of the atmosphere too, isn't it almost exactly like Earth's was about 3.5 billion years ago? And
Yeah, that's
evolution
the
was already
idea.
getting started. We were already in the bacterial and even complex algae phase at that point. So I mean, there could already be stuff going around on Titan.
Yeah, if it was, it would have to survive the extreme cold on Titan. It's really, really cold. It's like it's. I think I looked it up during the show. Europa's surface temperature on average is like minus 190 Celsius.
Yep, minus
So-
220 at the poles.
Yeah, holy smokes, that's
Yeah.
really cold. So Titan's going to be a little bit colder than that. So, especially to allow methane and ethane to retain being in their liquid
liquid
state.
state.
So, yeah, that's just like absurd to think about. So,
It could be life that we don't know is out there. So
Yeah.
we're carbon-based life, right?
Yeah.
So it might be life that's not carbon-based. That could be
Yeah, what if it's
Thriving.
methane-based life?
silicon-based life. Yeah.
yeah, could potentially
Just
be.
one row lower on the periodic table, right there.
Yeah, maybe when
Silicon-based life. Those are those rock things from Apollo 18.
Yeah, I
right?
was gonna say maybe it's a bunch of sentient rocks, and like the Huygens lander came down, and they're all like, "What's that? It's coming right for us!" And then it lands on it, and it's like, "Oh, get it off! It's
all
hot!
start
Get it
attacking.
off!" You know, something like that. I guess this is the really good stuff that we do in After Dark. So good speculative
Almost forgot
ideas.
about that Apollo 18 movie until you brought it
Yeah.
up. I mean, I kind of wish I would have forgotten about it.
I thankfully have not seen it, so
Yeah.
I have no recollection of such
You have
things.
to watch it.
The
It's best
reason
movie
that
I've
I
ever
that I
seen.
even
Oh,
watched
sure.
that movie in the first place is because they actually did their homework with what the inside of the LEM looks like, but also the Russian lander. Do you remember the Russian lander in that
the
movie?
LK lander.
Yeah, the one in the dark
Yeah,
crater,
that
right?
was that they actually, did their homework, and that was based off of the real one. So I watched it, even though it was a dumb plot and kind of a stupid story, kind of the whole Blair witch hunt type movie. I still wanted to watch it just to see that close up of all of the hardware and everything like that. So they did a good job on their sets and the equipment that they were using. I'll give it that, even though it was a terrible movie, terrible story. But I liked that.
Well,
And that's also like one of my favorite conspiracy theories in the space industry, that Russia actually beat us to the moon but couldn't get their guy back home. So I like how they snuck that in there to their weird story.
Interesting.
Oh, I was gonna say, on the topic of space movies.
Yeah.
He said he only wanted to see it because it was like accurate. I won't see Gravity
Yeah?
because I've heard so many bad things about the physics in it.
Yeah, the
that
physics is a bit off.
I
to say
will
the
not see
least.
that movie because I can't approach it with an open mind.
Interesting.
You know, I actually don't like Gravity.
Yeah?
As a movie. And my main beef with Gravity is that Gravity portrays technology as something consistently failing humanity. And that to me is one of the overarching themes in the whole movie, is that humanity, depending upon technology, will lead to their downfall. So, and I feel like there's a certain amount of truth to that, but it was also very like in your face about it throughout the movie, where everything was failing throughout the entire movie. And it's just like, wow, this is like a lot of problems.
That's
that would have
interesting because
been
I
solved.
I did not feel that impression at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
Mike, you saw Gravity, yeah?
Yeah, I saw Gravity, and I did like that they actually got the International Space Station right. A lot of movies don't get it right. It's either this massive thing that is just obnoxious, or it's like based off of like one of the old like USS Freedom designs, which was the US design before we started cooperating with Russia. And it's never right. So I appreciated that it actually looked right, but the way that all the orbits worked and all the way that all of this debris just spiraled out of control and had this chain reaction that everything was destroyed wouldn't quite happen like that. And even at the very beginning of the movie, I mean, they would have had quite a bit of a heads up from the TDRA system that something was coming in their path, and they would have gotten out of the way very quickly. And even if it had happened like that, why did they wait to bring in the person on the robotic arm? Why didn't they just fire some thrusters right then? Like, they were strapped on. They might have gotten rusted around a little bit, but all you had to do was just, do a quick little thruster burn. Not even from the OMS engines in the back, just from the little ones on the side, and boom, you're out of the way.
I mean, they've done thruster burns with the arms deployed on shuttle before. I mean, that's how you get to Hubble. It's how parts of the International Space Station were attached to each other. So it's not like it was something that was completely out of the realm of possibility. So.
Yeah, they didn't have to wait to bring them in order to get out of the way. They could have gotten out of the way very quickly, and there would have been no drama. But it's a Hollywood movie, so there had to be drama. There had to be conflict. So
of course.
I still liked the movie, and I still liked a lot of the hardware, and even the Chinese space station. Even though, like, at the time, that is kind of what the ideas that we were seeing what the Chinese space station was supposed to look like. Sure. But I don't know. I liked the realism for the hardware, but not the very wide misunderstanding of how orbits work and how high things are. Like, they were talking about how all the communications satellites had been wiped out in geostationary orbit.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought this whole thing was happening in low Earth orbit. Like, how did all of the satellites get wiped out in like an hour?
Right. I guess the off-world, global, non-global positioning of such things being, way too close or way too far from each other, that didn't make any sense. But I felt like that detail for me personally was easy enough to gloss over. I was still impressed with, like you said, that the International Space Station was looking to be as accurate as I feel that I see it when I see, astronauts floating around in the International Space Station. So I appreciated that for what that was worth. I appreciated there were simple things where things would be vibrating or making a lot of noise, and if she wasn't touching anything, you didn't hear anything, and then she would go to touch something, and then all of a sudden you'd hear the sound. Or at one point there was like some water, I can't remember if she was crying or what the deal was, but it was like not... Yeah, I think it was crying. And it wasn't streaming down her face. It was just sort of pooling and then would sort of kind of float away. Like, that part of it, that I appreciated that for, because that's not something you typically see in a science fiction or fact kind of variation of a movie. And how many times have we watched any astronaut play with water or food or anything in space, and you're like, yep, it just sort of stays right there for the most part and doesn't
in a good
really
sphere.
like it doesn't go down. Like so there were those slight touches that I had a deep appreciation for on that way. I am a weird person where I typically don't see movies more than once, so I've seen it and I'm done now. And that's not just a Gravity thing, but that's like Anchorman or Star Wars. Like typically, I just don't see things.
Whoa.
I typically don't see
Star
them more
Wars
than once.
only once.
Because then
you-
George Clooney screwed it over, and then like, why would I want to ruin my memory of such things with the way that he decided to edit it? Because then it's not the same.
George Clooney or George Lucas?
Lucas. Sorry, Clooney. I was reading a thing in the chat room. Sorry, George Lucas, not
We're on
Clooney.
Gravity still.
It's
so.
I was like, there's a George Clooney edit of Star Wars?
Yes!
What?
That might be amazing.
This
Like,
is
does Batman
BS.
show up? That would be kind of cool.
So basically what happens is they have to steal the Death Star plans from a casino.
That makes
And,
way more sense. I appreciate that for
That actually might be a nice hybrid of a movie.
Yeah, wait a second. I have an idea.
Cut that out. We
Call
need to go.
Steven Soderbergh.
Gravity had fantastic spacey visuals.
Yeah.
It made me cry at one point. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The part that gave me the feels
Go ahead.
was when she got inside of the space station and took off all of her gear and just kind of went into the fetal position, and then the way that the light hit from behind her, coming from the window behind her, made it look like she was inside of a fetus, and like you could see like the tube coming out, and I was just like, oh, that's really interesting imagery there. For some reason.
You just liked her shorts.
I mean, that was not
Sandra
a terrible
wasn't
thing.
wearing the,
she was
Yeah,
fit
you
for
had
that
to, you had
movie.
to be like that. Jeez.
She wasn't wearing the cooling undergarments and urine collection transfer assembly, but I don't think that would have made a very good visual. So
I would have made an interesting visual, but probably not the look they were really going for at the
Yeah.
time. Right.
I
so
wish I could just wear a tank top and booty shorts when I'm doing my space work, but
You could.
they would be
I thought that's what
fantastic.
you wore.
I mean, it is LA, so we could get away with it. That's very true. I don't think I'd look very. I don't think I'd rock that look.
You
very
might have to
good,
put like
so.
a viewer discretion advised.
Yeah,
on, like, the
well,
next
right.
we do
episode.
have a warning before the show that says that we sometimes do cover mature topics.
This
so,
is
you know,
true.
so you've all been warned.
If I didn't
So.
have the space knowledge I have now, I would have enjoyed that movie a lot more.
Probably, yeah. Probably, yeah.
Yes, the water, the tear pooling.
Excuse
me.
It was like, nah, it wouldn't have come off. No, it would have sat there in her eye. I saw it. I saw the video.
Right, exactly.
We were watching Gravity, and Kat turns to me at one point and she goes, I hate you. You guys have ruined space movies for me.
Have you seen these memes where it's all like shortening up Star Wars movies, like presenting like one person says something, another person like gives a different answer, and it's like, okay, end of movie then. I love these.
Some of my favorite ones have recently been the arguments over what makes a sandwich, and like always showing Hayden Christensen arguing like Pop-Tarts are sandwiches and things like that. It just,
That's a valid argument.
I don't get it. And there's like you know how like in D&D there's an alignment chart. You know, like chaotic neutral,
Right.
the lawful good, lawful evil, and stuff like that. There's like a sandwich alignment chart as to how you
good.
specify sandwiches are supposed to be made. So it's pretty funny. So sandwiches.
Yep.
So
Yes, sandwiches.
To be fair, Star Wars I have been forced to watch more than once.
Okay.
So I mean that's fine. I don't go out of my way. I know a lot of people are like, that's my favorite movie, and I see it a million times. And I'm like, sure, I know. I mean, I know what happens now, so I'm not sure why I need to watch it again.
Because there's so much
Pop-Tart is
more to see and realize in the movie.
I
When you watch it
think-
a second time, you'll realize things you don't see the first
yeah,
time.
like
I
I
don't
saw,
know.
I
And you
saw
get a
Rogue
deeper
One.
appreciation.
I saw
Right, like,
Rogue
of all
One
those things
twice,
that
and
George
there were
Lucas
more
changed.
things in it that I didn't know.
I
So.
think that's why I'm one of those weirdly.
Here's your chart, Jared.
Thank you.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I am. Which one am I? I am structurally neutral ingredient rebel. That's what I am. So I think that a Choco Taco is a sandwich.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, there you go.
Yes.
I'm a structure rebel and ingredient neutral.
Okay.
Yeah, which ends up to be what? I can't read that from here.
Burrito
Yeah,
is a
too small
sandwich.
for me.
Burrito's a sandwich.
Burritos.
What's the one that's hot dog is a sandwich? There's a hot dog on
That's,
there, right?
that's true neutral.
That one is true neutral.
Structural neutral, ingredient neutral.
Yep, that would be me. Hot dog is a sandwich.
Yeah,
There we go.
an ice cream taco is a sandwich. I'm fine with that. So,
That is all kinds of amazing.
I'm getting like my mind blown right now about sandwiches.
well, I saw The Force Awakens.
Who's
4
hungry?
times.
Why?
So, why? Well, one, husband.
Husband, yeah, sorry,
Second,
that was a
because
dumb
every
question.
time I went and I saw it, there was something new for me to see with it. So,
See, I don't have those reactions when I go back and I see movies again.
See, here's the thing about Carrie Ann. She is abnormally astute. So she watches a movie, she remembers it, she picks up everything. And then you go and talk about it like 9 months later, and she's like, oh yeah, but then there was that other thing, and you're like, wait, what? And then you go back and watch it, and you're like, holy crap, she was right.
yeah.
All right, you must have a miraculous mind.
But
She
I
does.
don't feel like I don't feel like I do. That's the thing. Like I'm like, well, why don't you remember that part?
Well, because you live your life.
I guess.
You live with it every single day. We don't.
And I feel like my job is stupid.
I suppose. Right.
Rocket
Yeah.
Scientists are like, really?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult for me to explain or understand. I typically don't. And if I do, it's because, what do you mean you haven't seen the core? No, that's it. We're sitting down right now and we're watching the core. And so I'll watch it again because I'm forcing somebody else to watch it as opposed to,
Was The Core like your favorite movie?
I guess I've seen it the most, so yeah, probably. It's like one of the best.
Why?
It's one of the best, worst movies you'll ever see.
Okay, I can agree with that.
And
Statement.
if
Now
you're
you put the
drinking,
worst
it's
in it.
even like better.
Like for me,
It doesn't make any sense at all. And they totally are like, you know what? This isn't going to make sense. It's cool. We're going to call it unobtainium. Yeah, no, that's fine. Totally make it out of unobtainium. What are we doing? Oh, that's right. We're going to the core
they-
to restart it with nuclear bombs.
the thing about the core, the thing about the
The
core,
science is spot on.
the thing about the core that makes it so amazing is the fact that they fully commit to it. Everyone is committed to it.
Oh, yeah, 'cause within
every
the first
actor
15
is
minutes-
committed
yeah,
to it. The
within the first 15
director, the
minutes of the
writers, the cinematography, they are fully committed.
They
to
land the
making that
shuttle
happen.
in the streets.
So-
Well, that's the streets of LA. In the rivers of LA, if you will. Like,
LA
if
rivers,
that
yeah.
doesn't tell you in the first 15 minutes what this movie is going to say, like, this is a clear representation of how we feel about how everything in the universe works. Ready, go. And if you're sitting there going, well, that's just stupid. That's just never going to happen. By the way, that was Endeavor. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's why Endeavor came
That's
to LA.
how it was delivered.
That's
actually.
Yeah.
So
If anyone needed any reason for LA to get Endeavor versus any one of the other shuttles, that was
did
it
not
right
know
there. I don't know why. I think it's hilarious on so many levels. There's not a single thing about it that you could possibly take seriously.
That's
and
how.
it's
That's how
amazing.
Endeavor got to the California Science Center, right?
exactly.
Right, yeah, it
We
just-
landed it and it accidentally knocked over the 7th Street Bridge, which is why they had to. Which is why they're rebuilding it right now. So yeah. So I have to when I go to work in Griffith, I have to drive by the place where Endeavor landed in the movie, and every time I look at it, I just go, "There's not enough space.
Oh, you know what we should do?
That's not gonna work."
We need to put like an official looking plaque there.
Landing site of attempt.
Here on January. Whatever,
Right, like
2006,
1999. Yeah.
Space Shuttle Endeavor landed.
Then you gotta have a picture from the movie. Yeah, they're like, as proof.
Yes.
Did that.
No, it's got to be down in the riverbed. You know, the official wheel stop position.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Yeah, why not?
Because there's the plaque for the future birthplace of James T. Kirk. There's the plaque of the future home base of Star Trek headquarters. You know, the Federation of Planets. Like,
San Francisco, yeah.
yeah, I don't see why we really shouldn't.
Well, when we eventually do come out of this drought, there will be water in there, right? And then it's just gonna
Yes.
get.
This is true.
It'll be like a sunken treasure we can go and find.
There's like, this is also true. There's all those sort of artists / comedians that perfectly recreate like Target sale signs or do not feed the animal signs at zoos, but they're all like parody versions thereof kind of thing. Like this is similar to that vein. Like if we could find like a California National Parks sign-ish situation going on, like we could. This is totally. Ben's gonna kill me for saying all of these things.
I mean, that's just a little bit of graphic arts work. It's not that difficult to.
I know how to run Photoshop, so I
See,
can help you out.
exactly. No problem.
I'm not on record saying that. But
No.
at all.
No, nobody watches the show. It's fine. Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right.
I will say my guilty pleasure, really bad science movie,
Yeah.
is Armageddon. That movie
Yeah.
is like practically an art film with the way it's edited and shot and everything.
Okay,
and
so
it,
there
and
was
it
the
just-
two that came out at the same
I-
time. There was Armageddon. What was the other one?
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact.
Deep
I
Impact
think I
is
prefer
so
Deep
slow
Impact.
and boring,
Yeah.
and who cares?
But it didn't have Bruce Willis.
Give me my
that was
flashbang
the thing.
explosions with
It also
Ben
didn't have that
Affleck.
terrible, terrible song in it either.
There was a great thing on
I
Twitter
think of
too.
Ben Affleck's commentary off.
Yes, somebody pulled Ben Affleck's commentary and put some of it on Twitter, and
That-
it's
So
really
I
funny
was
stuff.
talking to the director, and it's just like, so you're telling me that it would be harder to train professional astronauts to dig a drill in 2 weeks than it would be to train a bunch of drillers who are, salt of the earth good old boys who don't know nothing about nothing except drilling to be astronauts in 2 weeks. And Michael Bay just says to me, you just shut the fuck up. Okay.
Oh, you're the director, man. It's fine. I mean,
yeah.
to be fair, Michael Bay also, Transformers and Ninja Turtles, so it's
Yeah,
okay.
we won't talk
Like,
about that.
The new TMNT.
yeah.
I feel like he actually is trolling all of us, and it's just like an inside joke that we'll all someday get.
See, people are
know.
gonna pay money no matter what to see a film like that. So.
It's got explosions.
He's just like, you know what? People are this is gonna make a profit. I don't care.
It's got the title.
Yeah, exactly.
Guilty. I paid for it.
I love it.
All of them.
Okay, that's fine.
Because
That's fine.
I was curious. I thought there was
Right.
potential. I was like, all right, this
Yes.
is something I grew up with. This is awesome. And I go and see it, and I'm like, okay, well, I saw it.
Right?
Cool. Let's go home and pop in the VHS.
Yes. Yes. Oh, that's funny. I'm looking. Oh, the core was 2003.
Iron Sky.
2003.
That was another one of those so bad it was good.
Which
Iron
one?
Sky?
Oh, that was great. Iron Sky. That's the
Nazis
one
on
with
the
the
moon, right?
Nazis
Oh,
on the
I don't
moon.
think
I've seen
yeah.
that
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
So good.
Yeah, that is
The
definitely.
epic space battle with like the freaking ISS like transforming into like a battleship. And the
Okay,
new
I need to
space
see this,
station
like,
still
tonight.
exists
It's
as a
action-
giant laser.
It's labeled action comedy. Like it knows that it's crazy.
Is it on the
pants.
Netflix?
That's a good question.
Netflix.
I mean, probably.
I don't know if it's still on Netflix. It used to be for a while. I think that's where I originally saw it.
You can watch on Amazon Video.
Amazon Video.
Oh,
Done.
God.
I know what's happening
Oh,
on my
God.
Saturday night.
That's
Iron Sky.
so funny.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Oh
was.
man,
Yeah,
yeah. There's
it
this
was-
epic battle at the end of the movie. That's just. It's.
Oh, they
it's
returned
so,
to power in
so-
2018.
Uh-oh.
That's next year, you guys.
Hey, this could actually happen.
Midterms.
Who, the Nazis?
Anyways, what?
You doing right there, buddy?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. That just scared me, though.
We went from Iron Sky to, oh my gosh, they're going to be taking power in 2018. Who are you talking about?
No, Iron
that
Sky.
is Iron Sky.
That's
We just
Yeah,
looked it
that's
up.
the
Oh.
plot of Iron Sky.
It says the Nazis set up a secret
Yeah.
base on the dark side of the moon in 1945 where they hide out and plan to return to power in 2018. That's next year. And then he said something about midterms and scared the crap out of me.
Palin was supposed to be president, though, so I don't know if the movie's going to pan out in real life.
Oh, you never know.
There's still time.
There's definitely there's still time.
There's
Oh,
still
God.
time.
We impeach Trump and then Palin becomes president. That would just be
Oh,
great.
that's hilarious.
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think that's the way that works either.
Is anything going the way it works?
Let's not go down this road.
No.
This is a long, winding road, and we need 4-wheel drive to go down this road as well. So.
Goodness.
I am just happy about my news story that, the reason they wanted to do the whole crew on the first mission was for political reasons and, getting the straight answer of, hey, we can't do this, but
I
because
have
it'll
to
cost
say,
us so
I
much
almost
money.
gave you a little bit of
And
crap
the White
though,
House agrees.
because you were like, yeah, well,
Why?
it's not for safety reasons. Like, but it's going to take too much safety to have the crew on there, so we're not doing it. And I was like, wait, isn't that still safety reasons? What am I
It's
not
going to
understanding
cost too
here?
much to make it safety, yeah. I mean, it's all in the wording. It was all in the way that they pitched it, you know what I mean?
It was fine. Ultimately, it was fine. It was just funnier. Like, it's not for safety reasons, but it's for safety reasons.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
exactly.
All right,
so.
Creepazoid,
think we
what's
got a
up?
photo.
Yeah, we got
Bomber.
some good stuff. So.
Oy vey. Ben, guess what?
HTC.
Guess what?
Uh-oh.
Guess what?
This is where we get in trouble.
So I have managed to collectively get the TMRO army together to agree
Are you? Is this a rebellion?
to a certain extent.
Oh, God.
Well,
you
Ben-
know how there's a plaque for the future birthplace of James Tiberius Kirk?
Oh, yeah.
And how there's a plaque for the future home of Starfleet Academy. We need a plaque for where Endeavour once landed in LA.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yes! And we figured we just treat it like national parks, like a scenic route sort of situation. Where, because Fit Astronaut brought up a very good point. Fit rocket scientist, I apologize. Everyday astronaut, that's how I made that.
Looking forward to.
Right, one day, Fit Astronaut, it's fine. How one day there might actually be water there. So you don't want to put the plaque right at Wheel Stop.
Because then you gotta like go scuba diving to
We
get down
should
there.
put a
but it
plaque
could
at
be an
Wheel Stop.
adventure.
But then, like,
You
you know,
could
like
do a time capsule underneath it. And,
like
you know,
a-
Ron's plaque would work.
like a scenic outlook where you kind of pull off the side of the road, and then you have the little, like, you can have the picture of it sitting in the riverbed, so you know that it was there. This
is amazing.
This is for, you know.
I'm actually watching the scene right now, trying to figure out where specifically in the LA riverbed it landed at.
Right. I think
So-
this is. I think this is good.
This is a thing.
I think this is a thing.
Did everyone understand my my quadrant 8x4 glossy reference?
Yes.
I understood it. I don't think anybody reacted to it.
I can't hear you, Dana.
I didn't get it.
He's
Oh.
But you didn't think anybody reacted to it.
right.
No, so it wasn't funny.
It wasn't. Hey,
It
figure
took
out
me
which
like half a
sandwich you
second
are.
to get it at first.
What's the question?
Figure out which sandwich you are.
Oh, the sandwich.
Yeah,
chart.
which sandwich are you on the
You gotta
sandwich
come
P.S.
to the
when
screen.
come here, so you can see this thing I'm pointing to. Very good. Hey, when's our appointment, by the way?
3,
Okay, good.
I think. I'll check.
Yeah, we'll have to double check because it's 1:30.
We got sandwiches.
I figured I'm the hot dog. Jared's the Choco Taco.
I need to get closer for
yeah.
this because I haven't
I
figured
think-
out what I am yet.
Dutta's the burrito.
I'm sorry.
Same place as
There
Terminator
is a
was trying to
trailer
save
for
John
Iron
Connor
Sky
from the.
2.
Oh.
I think I'm ingredient.
Oh my God, this is beautiful.
Oh, that's a sandwich for
But
sure.
structure neutral.
For Iron Sky 2.
Yeah, I'm a sub is a sandwich. Yeah, I'm sub is a sandwich.
Ben is
Although
sub is a sandwich.
A Pop-Tart is a sandwich. I feel like a Pop-Tart is a sandwich too.
I mean,
It's got a
Good
valid
Lord.
argument.
It does.
Have you no shame?
that's like saying
No, I
that
have no shame.
today's soup is whiskey with iced croutons.
Okay.
Sounds like a good brunch.
Right? Like,
I would actually like this soup quite a bit. Where do I get sent? By the way, can I just drink it straight out of the bowl?
yeah.
I don't have to like use a.
You don't.
spoon,
No, you don't
right?
need to ladle that. That's
Can I
fine.
use a small
It's-
glass bowl?
it's
maybe,
slurpable.
In a
A low ball
yeah.
version? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Can I have a vodka and vermouth sandwich?
It does
soup
have
with,
olive garnish.
With olive garnish?
Olive garnish. Yeah, that's fine by me. Oh. Is that not a thing? No. That I think that would be referred to as potato soup with olive garnish.
So if I wanted a gin and tonic,
Well, no,
it'd be
I want-
flour soup with a lemon garnish.
Yes.
I want wheat.
Oh, you do want wheat.
Yeah.
Wheat soup sounds
Wheat soup.
disgusting.
Oh.
So let's not go there. Maybe like liquid wheat cereal with olive garnish. That doesn't work very well either. With green on the side.
Oh, there's wheat cereals though. What's
Yeah, that's what I said.
Cream of
Liquid
wheat.
wheat
It
cereal.
might not be liquid wheat cereal. You just say wheat cereal. I mean,
Okay. Oh, great.
Okay.
Sorry, I apparently killed all of this conversation.
I'm thoroughly disgusted.
We can rewind
Fantastic.
just a little bit.
Yes.
So on the astronaut topic,
Yes.
I can't be one.
Because you're too tall.
Too tall,
Yeah.
right?
What are you?
1
6'2",
inch.
6'3"?
Until, so current NASA astronauts I can't be.
Right.
Current NASA I cannot.
Wait,
but
wait,
I've
how
heard
tall are you?
SpaceX is going up to like 7 feet,
I hope so, because we
potentially.
don't.
Something like that. So there is potential for me in the future. is
There's
what
a
I've
lot
heard.
of human beings that are tall.
I would.
We're gonna go.
No!
Whoa.
Oh, no, Donna!
Okay, Dada. All right.
He came
We're
in
gonna
with
go.
a
We're gonna go on the
knife!
bottom. We'll take
No,
it off
don't
the
go
feet.
that way. He's got a knife.
But yeah, for the current NASA astronauts, it's 5'3" to 6'3" because
But I
the
think
bulk
we're
of the
see- we're
suit.
in a-
Oh, sure.
We're in a tectonic shift where
Did you want a microphone, or you want to just speak at us and nobody else can hear you?
Yeah, I'll speak at you and no one else can
That's
hear me.
fantastic.
I think we're in a shift where NASA won't be the agency that's flying most of the people. They certainly aren't right now.
Correct.
And as other companies, such as Blue, SpaceX, even Virgin, and whoever else comes to the table, maybe Orbital ATK, they're going to start to increase the range of types of humans that will be able to go to space. Because that will be required for humanity to have an actual economy in space. Not an economy on Earth that works in space, but an actual space economy that lives and works in space. You have to account for taller people, shorter people, people that can't deal with the G loads, things like that. That will absolutely have to be taken into account.
Overweight
At
engineers.
first, right? At first, you just whatever you can do, but you'll get there eventually.
Dodo says overweight engineers.
Oh, that will be probably the first thing
Yeah.
that the
Overweight
engineers designing the rockets work on.
By the way, Jim Weatherby, a NASA astronaut, is actually the tallest person to ever fly into space. He's 6'4", 1.93 meters.
How tall are you?
So I am 6'4". So
Massimino is shorter than you?
As is Elon. The chat room's like, Elon's pretty tall. Elon's not that
he's
tall.
pretty short.
He's 6'2".
but
Yeah,
short.
he flew
6
6
or 4.
missions.
yeah.
So 5 as commander as
Whoa!
well.
Was
So-
this like before they made the cutoff?
Well, I think the cutoff mostly has to do with flying on Soyuz.
Soyuz,
So
yeah. So,
that-
he only.
Shuttle was much
That would be
smaller
the
than
change.
Yeah, shuttle is a lot. You could fit.
Yep.
You could actually fit a tall person in a
Yeah.
space shuttle. A Soyuz, you cannot.
Because I was talking to
So-
Doug Wheelock.
Yeah.
He's 6'2". And I was like, okay, being 6'4", 6'2", you went in the Soyuz. I'm like, what is the hardest thing about being tall and in space? And he's like, getting in the capsule. He's like, he sat in the capsule, he was like this, and then needed to go like this. Someone came and drop kicked him and shot him back in the Soyuz, and then he was like this for until he got
no.
up to the space station.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
By the way, finally, someone taller than me on the show.
Yes!
However,
With the
not
hair?
taking into account the hair.
So, no, the hair. I feel like the hair
I mean, I'm
does not
spiked,
count
but not
towards my
enough.
height. I will disavow the hair counting towards my.
Oh my god,
Hilarious.
I want to see you put on like an astronaut helmet, but not take it. So it's just like,
like a-
scrunching down the hair.
So wait, what's the character in Guardians?
Huh?
Groot?
Oh, Yondu.
No.
Yeah, Yondu.
Not Groot. Yonyu. Yeah, Yonyu.
Oh.
Yonyu?
Yondu.
The whistle
Yondu.
guy. The
With
whistle
the...
guy.
See, I haven't seen it
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, well, this in this
Well,
one.
I still got to see the second one. I haven't seen it yet.
Spoiler, they all die.
No!
Yeah, my favorite character.
How does that make any
too,
sense?
so,
It doesn't.
You're stupid.
They're like super
Yeah.
heroes.
Space Cookie,
guardians
5'6".
of the galaxy.
I'm 5'4".
They can't die dead.
5'4", so you'd be good.
Michael,
Right?
how
Is
are
it?
you?
Well,
Yeah.
did they say it's 5'6"?
Somebody says
I'm 5'11".
you're 5'11". Space Cookie says, well, I'm a small cookie at 5'6".
Mike is taller than I am?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, you are. And the thing is,
This
you
is
always
deceived.
Yeah,
slouch,
Mike is tall. 'Cause
slash,
remember, he came
he's
to the
always in a
studio and he was
hologram,
taller
so it's
than
hard
you.
to tell.
So,
yeah, he is taller than you.
Do I just purposely make him shorter than me?
No, he always kind of stands off to the side when he
I'm
stands.
just like, I'm the tallest here, and I slide the screen down.
Yep, Ben's always right. No problem.
Yondu,
Just
thank
establishing
you.
dominance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like if we zoom out just a little bit, we'll break the illusion.
Yeah, probably. And then Stoge is like what? 5'1"?
3 foot 6.
She's not.
she's at
3'6".
least
1.0
a
Stoges.
couple centimeters.
She's one
So.
Stoge D. 5'2". She's
I thought Stoge was 4'11".
no. I want
Why
to
is
say
that
she's.
number?
I don't know. We need the 411 on Stoge.
Somebody wake her up.
Somebody wake her up. Yeah. Toads.
We need to know how tall you are.
Yeah. Anyway.
In inches, please, because we're stupid Americans.
Yeah, the site of the childhood home of Beach Boys. Yeah, that's totally a thing. That's right by where I work.
You can't hear
Cool guy.
because you turned
Yeah.
it off.
I think I've only met 4 astronauts so far. So, Leland
I hope that
Melvin,
you meet the real Homer Hickam in real
Doug
life.
Wheelock. I have not yet to meet.
Yeah.
Are you
I have
on- are you
not
on
yet
Twitter?
Met the real Homer Hickam.
Are you on Twitter? Okay.
I am on Twitter.
So he is super active on Twitter and actually responds.
No, I haven't
Stooge.
met the fake Homer Hickam. No, that'd be Jake Gyllenhaal.
Right.
who
Oh
played
yeah,
it.
I suppose.
But me and Homer actually have engaged a decent amount over Twitter and
Yeah.
email.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'm actually trying to write a book about my story, my memoir of getting
Sure.
to where I'm at, and I reached out to him for advice, and he sent me like 2 or 3 pages of like advice for me to help write my book.
Nice.
That's so cool.
So one of these
That's
days
cool.
I'll meet him because he's in Rocket City. So he's in Alabama, and
Yeah.
I just gotta like go there.
Yeah, totally.
Essentially. But he's been in Atlanta when I was in Atlanta. He's been in LA a few times, and it's just never been able for our schedules
Oh, that's
to
funny.
work out yet.
You know the
Yeah.
person who's met the most astronauts in this room?
You.
No, Carrie Ann.
Yeah?
She has met.
I don't know, Jared. You must have met a few.
No, I've only met a handful. My favorite astronaut I ever met, though, was Story Musgrave. I actually got to have dinner with Story Musgrave,
Yeah.
which was really
Those
cool.
must have been
That's
amazing
really
stories.
cool.
It was. Actually, most of the stuff we talked about was his work in Disney Imagineering, not his actual spaceflight
yeah.
stuff.
I know he worked in
So,
Disney
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah, he's a consultant for them. So, and we had really good whiskey as well together. So,
No,
good
that
stuff.
we determined it's not whiskey, it's...
oh, excuse me. I'm so
that's,
sorry.
Potato cereal?
I'm sorry.
Wheat
Potato.
cereal?
What was it?
No.
Whiskey crouton.
It's whiskey soup
Whiskey
with ice
soup
croutons.
with ice croutons.
Yeah,
So we can still use whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many astronauts have you met?
I don't know.
Can you count them on both hands? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm on one
I-
hand.
but
I got up to 8 so far. I think it's more than that though, because it's like the 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's 10 maybe.
counting Garrett and the other, like...
Yeah, I had to count Garrett. Garrett, we interviewed Garrett. We interviewed Bob Crippen on the show. We interviewed Leland Melvin on the show.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
right?
I forgot
Oh,
that you did
nice.
the astronaut.
Uncrustables. He was like, super
Yeah,
excited. Oh,
Uncrustables.
I have met Buzz.
I've not.
I met Buzz.
Buzz,
He asked me where the bathroom was, and that's all he said.
I met Buzz. I met Buzz Aldrin at his book signing. So I have met Buzz Aldrin. And then Garrett Reisman. I have met Mike Fink. I've interacted with Mike Fink a couple of times. Astronaut Mike Good. Eric Bowe. There's oh my goodness, I'm failing at all of these people's names.
Put me on the spot.
Sunny, who's lovely to engage with.
I'm going to show you this, just so you know.
I
And they're going to
know.
be very upset.
I know, I feel really bad. Well, the other thing is that not every astronaut goes by their given name either. So, like, Mike Fink's name isn't Mike, but he goes by Mike. So sometimes it's harder for me to remember, like, the actual, like, Sunny is Sunita, Garrett, between, like, freaking, yeah, Pooh Bear and Bueno, and like sometimes you remember call names better than you remember people you've met. I'm really sorry. I have.
They're watching right now, and they're very
Yep.
They are not
They're
watching
angry.
the show.
Who's Bueno?
Bueno is Mike
Mike
Good.
Good. Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes you have too many mics, right? So
So good. Bueno.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Bueno.
I was
I
thinking
met
Jose
Michael
Hernandez. Met him 2 weeks ago.
Algeria Lopez.
oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah. He
Oh,
came
LA.
and he spoke at work. Yeah. I've met him. He's a friend of. Yeah.
Oh, he's
Oh,
not
right.
put
You
in.
can't hear. So, Mike, tell me his name again.
Michael, I think it's Algeria Lopez.
Aguirre
Lopez Alegria.
Lopez Alegria.
Yeah, there you go.
Allegria, thank you.
Yeah, he's a friend of Garrett's as well.
You also
And I met Garrett way back at the STS 135.
Yeah,
Met Buzz
I think that's
Aldrin.
where we
Met
met
John
Garrett, too.
Glenn and Scott Carpenter.
Oh, see, I don't think I've
Wow.
met John Glenn or
That's
Scott Carpenter.
Yeah.
At
Both gone
my
now.
job, during my first stint at the Columbia Memorial Space Center, we had Apollo 15.
That name.
Yeah, I know.
I
I'm
know.
sorry. CMSC. There you go.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
That's weird.
Yeah. We had Apollo 15 command module pilot Al Warden come in, and I was his handler for the day.
That's
He was a
cool.
really cool guy. Lots of test pilot stories, lots of things I cannot repeat on air for sake of both.
Oh, for crying out loud, I have a
Sanctity
picture with
and-
Katie Coleman
and
from
so-
Yuri's night because she really liked my shirt. So she was like, hey, I like your shirt. Can we get a selfie? And I was like, yes. Like, how do you say no?
What was your shirt?
It says
were you wearing?
space is the new black.
Oh, that was,
That's a Radcliffe specialty.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Gosh.
Interviewed
see?
Chris Ferguson, who is now the human spaceflight, I guess, project manager over at Boeing
Oh,
for
yeah.
CST 100.
Yeah, yeah.
Commander of 135. So.
I also met Commander Lindsay. I'm trying to remember his first name right now.
Shall we? Food time? You want to take us out?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess Ben is getting bored with not being able to hear you, Mike. I'm sorry. We are
Sorry,
going
I
to
still
wind
have
you
a seat. I just kind of pirated.
No, that's no,
That's fine.
totally fine.
Piracy's allowed here.
Forgot he couldn't hear
Space
me.
pirate.
No, you're totally
Did you pull
fine.
the sandwich chart back up to?
Yeah.
Trying to be
Yeah.
a space pirate. You know,
Stephen
like Matt
Lindsay.
Damon.
Thank you, Stephen Lindsay.
Yes. Yes. Sunita Williams. Okay. Yeah. So, hi. Wait. Come here.
Oh, there. Hey, come here.
Come back.
Come here. You want to sit on my lap? Come here. Do you mind? Hello. Hey. How are you? Come here. Yes.
Welcome to On Camera.
Can you wave to the camera? See the red thing? Can you wave to that? Yay. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for
Bye,
joining
guys.
us. We'll see you next week.
See you later.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.